Karibuni, 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 na asanteni kwa kuwa nasi leo. The name again is Nduku. I'm the host on Kumbukeni. This is our Methali ya Siku series. We're holding it on YouTube this week. They'll be available, freely available on YouTube this week, but starting on Monday, November, the full videos will only be available on our Patreon at patreon.com/Kumbukeni. So go ahead and register there, register for one of the tiers, whichever one suits you. Leo ni siku ya tano. Today is the 5th day of our Methali ya Siku. And today our Methali is eleza haja upate haja. Eleza haja upate haja. Eleza haja upate haja. Explain your need and you will get what you need. So maana yake, what is the meaning of this proverb? Eleza waziwazi haja yako upate kutimizwa hiyo haja. Eleza waziwazi haja yako upate kutimizwa hiyo haja. Eleza waziwazi haja yako upate kutimizwa hiyo haja. Clearly state your need in order to have it fulfilled. It literally means that if you clearly express what you're seeking, it is more likely that the person you are speaking to will understand and help fulfill your request. If you remain vague, others cannot know how to respond. The last time I saw people reading minds was on fictional movies and shows. So for us regular human beings who cannot quite read minds, you need to explain what your need is in order for you to be helped. Matumizi, how do we use this? So we have the meaning and then how it is used. Methali hii huambiwa mtu anayeomba msaada kwa mtu mwingine, lakini hamfunulii huyo mtu waziwazi haja yake. Anambabaisha. Huyo mtu huweza kumwambia, eleza haja upate haja. Methali hii huambiwa mtu anayeomba msaada kwa mtu mwingine, lakini hamfunulii huyo mtu waziwazi haja yake. Anambabaisha. Huyo mtu huweza kumwambia, eleza haja upate haja. So, what does that mean? What's translation? This proverb is told to a person who asks for help from another person and does not disclose their need plainly, but instead confuses the person. And ambabaisha confuses the person. That person can tell him, explain your need and you will get what you need. And this is the beauty of Proverbs. You don't need to say much. You no need for gombana, arguing with each other. You just state your piece, you keep it moving. Explain your need and you'll get what you need. I don't need to tell you, I can't help you, I'm not going to help you, or stop bothering me. I'll just say, explain your need and you'll get what you need. And keep it moving. Or wait for you to explain if you've gotten the meaning, if you've understood the proverb, or if you're someone who hasn't and wants to keep insisting on being vague, then I leave you be, right? At a deeper level, this proverb teaches the value of clarity, truth, and directness in communication. It warns against confusion, pretense, or speaking in circles. It emphasizes honesty and openness, which are rooted in the KiUbuntu principle of Ubuntu, which means it's one of the tools, it's one of the practices under this principle of Ubuntu. We must with one another transparently to maintain trust and harmony. This goes on many levels, right? If I am to build a family with you, we must communicate transparently in order to build trust and harmony, the foundations of a good relationship. If I am at war with you, we're standing in the front lines together. We must communicate transparently in order to maintain trust and happiness. The foundations of a well-running community, a functioning community. It also highlights the wisdom that communities cannot fulfill needs. There we go. We cannot fulfill needs in the community if we don't know that the need exists, right? When one speaks openly, solutions can be found collectively. If you're sick in the community, you cannot blame your community for not attending to you, offering you medicine, caring for you, helping you with your activities in your home, if you're not stating plainly that you are sick, right? If there's something going on with you, you cannot feel bad that the community is not helping, supporting, if you have not spoken plainly about your need for the community's help. So quickly, before I get to the announcement, just want to keep it up there. We're going to dive into, and like I said again, Kumbukeni takes the lessons that we have here and we juxtapose them to our current lives, right? What is going on with us, how we can apply these lessons, how we can apply these proverbs to our daily lives, and the lessons that they come with. How does this proverb, eleza haja upate haja, apply to self-determination and sovereignty? For too long, outsiders have spoken on behalf of WanaUbuntu, misrepresenting their needs to the world. The proverb calls us to reclaim our own voices. Only when WanaUbuntu clearly state what is needed for Nsi ya Ubuntu, land, resources, Afrocentric education, sovereignty, can those needs be met. But even beyond that, we are not waiting for someone to come and we tell them what we need. This is amongst ourselves. We're going to be clear. What do we need in our community? We're going to be clear about it. There'll be no vagueness. How does this relate to our Afrocentric education? Because I'm Kumbukeni, myself, we're interested in building a new Afrocentric education system. We want to abandon the Western system, the foreign system, the Chinese system, whatever other system that has been brought to us by people who are not us, that has detached us from who we really are. We want to build, we are going to abandon that and we'll build our own Afrocentric education. How does this proverb apply in that area? Eleza haja upate haja. Western education teaches silence or speaking in someone else's language, concepts, and categories. Remember, this is the type of, the reason why in our communities we have children only speak when spoken to. That was not the case. That was not the case always. This is something that has come with colonialism and we think it is part of our culture. It's not. Yes, children knew their place, but their voices were honored. And again, there was respect and protocol. That was understood, but it was not dismissed when because it is understood that this child could be speaking from spirits past, from ancestors. So what they're saying is not dismissed just because they are a child. So again, Western education teaches silence, whether you're a child or an adult. It teaches you to be quiet, know your place in someone else's language, concepts, and categories, right? For those of you who went to school in Africa, like myself, you remember if you tried to explain something and you're not speaking good English, you will be told. It will not be addressed unless you speak English. But eleza haja upate haja reminds us that WanaUbuntu must clearly state we need an education system rooted in our own history, amongst ourselves. When we're gathering together and strategizing, how do we move forward? Clearly state we need an education system rooted in our own history, culture, and languages. There must be no confusion. When this need is voiced directly, it guides our path toward building and sustaining schools of our own. And we don't have to worry about it. There's no perfect way to build moving forward. But if we speak plainly about the needs and if we engage plainly with each other so that we can sort out and fill any gaps there are in our plans moving forward, then we have a better chance at building a good system and securing our future as far as our well-being. How does this relate to community building for those of us who are out here trying to connect with our brothers and sisters in villages, families, and grassroots movements? This proverb reminds WanaUbuntu that hiding one's need weakens the community, while speaking clearly strengthens it. Not just a need, hiding one's intentions, hiding one's involvements, hiding one's weaknesses flaws, weakens the community, while speaking clearly strengthens it. When a farmer states his need for seeds, when a teacher states her need for books in African languages, when elders state their need for respect and continuity, then the community can act. I've heard elders here in the space that I am in the United States, elders complain that the young people are not behaving accordingly. Have you spoken to them? Have you expressed this need clearly to the young people? How does this apply politically and economically in our struggles? This proverb warns WanaUbuntu not to be vague when dealing with leaders or external powers. We cannot be confused about what we want from our leaders. Too often, leaders speak in confusing terms such as partnerships, foreign aid, or development assistance instead of clearly demanding control over resources, fair trade, and an end to exploitation. We must demand that of them when they speak. Clear demands are the only path to clear results. So the proverb guides us to speak openly and directly about our needs as individuals and as a people. Avoid vagueness or disguising our struggles, for that only confuses solutions. Reclaim our voices by naming clearly the necessities of Nsi ya Ubuntu, Africa, land, sovereignty, Afrocentric education, communal well-being, and dignity, among other things that we are demanding. Live by the principle of Ubuntu, where clarity in expression leads to collective action and fulfillment. So as you can see right next to me, if you want to learn KiUbuntu, otherwise known as Swahili, with Kumbukeni, join us on Patreon. We'll have weekly lessons, live practice, writing, and community engagement. I will help you as much as I can, to the best of my ability, improve your skills in these areas as far as KiUbuntu goes. Again, the full videos, these videos that you have been enjoying and learning from this week, will be gone come Monday, November 3rd, and they'll only be available on our Patreon profile. The tiers there range from $9 to $50. This is based on what you're paying for per month. This is per month. And you get a chance to be with community, experience culture, reclaim your culture through language, and be in conversations that help you grow as a WanaUbuntu. So join us now on Patreon, patreon.com/Kumbukeni, patreon.com/Kumbukeni. That's patreon.com/KiUbuntu. And for those of you who are joining between today, we've had this all week until tomorrow, you're going to get access tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to a direct interaction with me, where I'll teach you how to pronounce the different sounds of KiUbuntu, the alphabet, the KiUbuntu alphabet. And the KiUbuntu alphabet, by the way, is a little different from the English alphabet. We have words such as ng that you don't, like, that doesn't exist in English. Ng. I usually find some similar words in English that have certain endings of beginnings to explain that sound. Ng. Ng. So I'll be helping you learn how to pronounce such sounds. All right. Asanteni. Kila, heri, uhuru, sasa na milele. Kwaherini. Peace.